Beastmaster.
All right. The Breastmaster coming out for SworDDarK, going to be their offlaner now. This is a hero we've seen a little bit of. Gives you a nice little bit of lockdown for both the Ember Spirit and the Night Stalker. Controlling up in that fight's going to be very, very handy for their team. And no purges just yet on the side of Viking either.
Okay, so where's Kunkka playing?
10 seconds remaining.
Is that a 4 Kunkka then?
Very well could be, old chap. Very well could
5
be.
seconds remaining.
Or are they doing like side lane Kunkka Beastmasters? It could be support Beastmaster as well.
That does seem a little bit unlikely, but I don't think I've seen that one nearly as much as I've seen 4 Kunkka.
Yeah, I think 4 Kunkka's more likely.
Yeah.
Dire
But again, I'm not
team back.
100% sold either way. They need some like. Look, I think the only way this Kunkka works is if they run it in a tri lane with the CM. Like Beastmaster Kunkka lane sounds horrendous.
It's a lot of strength. It's a lot of beefy boys laning together.
10
I
seconds
think that's what you like
remaining.
doing at the weekend, Reginald, but leave that to yourself.
Well, that's totally unfounded accusations. I'll have you for libel and slander, my dear child. Anyway, Skywrath banned out by Viking, so I don't know what they think is going to happen.
They like just need damage on SworDDarK, right? Like they needed some either like Pos 4 or like core hero that just deals damage, and they have X Torrent, they have Raw, so I don't mind it too much.
That's just that one of these is going to be a carry. So Kunkka or TA carry is that a thing?
I think it's more likely Kunkka 4, and then they
Dire
pick a
team
different
pick.
carry.
Then why did they ban out the Skywrath mage? You see, there's a hole in your logic which I'm pointing
Because
out.
then they could have just played the Kunkka as a core, right? And then just
Right.
put because it's just a good Skywrath game at the moment.
Okay. The Gyrocopter has been thrown out the window, thrown into the old trash can. SworDDarK. Final pick now coming up. Predictions.
10 seconds remaining.
Honestly, it could be anything.
Yes.
I think something like
5
a
seconds
Wraith King might be
remaining.
okay as well. It's not great, but
No, I think it's going to be a carry as well.
Like
I'll
a
probably
Void?
suggest the Void, yeah. Void lockdown for Ember Spirit always feels rather nice.
Radiant team pick.
And, okay, it'll be the Phoenix. Clearly they know something we do not. Maybe they do play the TA as a carry or something like that. I don't really know.
I think
Or
it's more
Kunkka as a
likely to be
carry.
Kunkka Beastmaster side laners, and then play like a really hard tempo game.
Then who's... Oh, sorry, I see what you're saying, yeah. Kunkka Beastmaster is the cause in the side lanes.
Like I think you put the Beastmaster with the CM
10 seconds
in the
remaining.
lane, and then I think you put the Kunkka with the Phoenix. Would be my guess.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
hit them with fire, hit them with water in the torrent. How do they play against that?
Sure that would douse the fire, though.
Maybe. Shh. We don't need to hear it, all right?
All right, 1 minute 30 and I'll be able to drop this stupid voice.
Oh no, you've committed now.
Oh, God.
To be fair, they could put the supports with either of the side laners. I don't mind either.
True, a lot of flexibility. A lot of flexibility.
For Viking though, they need some safe laner. I assume. I think
They
they're
just
lacking
need a good
bit
old
of
carry.
lockdown,
Indeed.
but I think they should pick a different offlaner here, to be honest, and put the Night Stalker as a 1. But the problem is then you're playing Night Stalker 1 against a Phoenix, where the egg like completely destroys nighttime, which is something we haven't mentioned yet. But
Luna, choose your hero.
Okay. The Luna is going to come out as the final pick for Viking. That'll be Shad's hero. So this hero has been experimented with many folk over the past few weeks. Mostly we see it combined with the Vengeful Spirit. Her new aura gives her attack. Is it just straight up attack damage which it gives now, right? Or is it
the Luna just does.
Luna,
yeah.
or is it attack
Percentage of
speed?
their base damage, I think.
Right. Okay. All right, so that'll be Shad's hero for this game. I'm excited to see how it plays. I don't think this is enough to kill the egg, though. That's my glaring concern right now. You don't have a hero which is going to be able to come in and easily start pounding away at this egg from any kind of range. I mean, you can go for the Dragon Lance on Luna, sure, but it's
10 seconds
it's
remaining.
feels like a real good Phoenix game.
I think Tanner has to do a huge amount of
5
work if Viking want to win the
seconds
game. Like, yeah, they have Night Stalker, Ember, Luna as their cores. Like, it's so greedy.
Yeah,
And you're playing against this lineup to have like 2 offlaners that are going to play a quicker tempo.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I think Viking have to like either really stall the game, or like just outplay them. I think, like straight up. And I
Well,
don't think that's
my
gonna happen.
concern personally is that I don't believe SworDDarK are going to be able to get enough momentum out of this lineup. I can, considering how they played last game, I'm just going to be critical, but based on the evidence we have, I really doubt that they're going to be able to play fast enough to stop this Luna being a factor in this game, and I reckon they're just going to lose out on the farm. So I got to say, I'm feeling Viking for this one. I think they've just got a more traditional draft, and I think, being a traditional gentleman myself, I feel like I favor that a little bit more.
They have Ogre Luna as well, so she does just farm. But I honestly think Tanner has to just make so many good rotations.
But he loves making space, though. Like it's kind of his, from the limited games I've seen of him, it is kind of his play style. It's how he'd rather be than win condition. He likes to make the space. Like in any lineup, I always see two players. If one's going to be obviously making the space, if one's going to be obviously making the farm, making the money, be in the win condition, then that always feels good to me. And I think that's kind of the nice, easy strategy they've got for themselves. And just on the ease of execution, I'm going to put my money on Viking. But we'll see. So Diggy is on the Conquer, so heading to that safe lane as the carry. Beastmaster heading to the off lane as the off lane core.
What do you feel about the no boots Ags rush on Kunkka?
I don't. I've never been proposed this before, therefore it's very difficult to form an opinion on something which I have not seen. My knee-jerk reaction is, "What are you doing, you idiots?" However,
Come on, man.
if you can bait out a team fight with it and maybe go for the wraparound play or something like that. What about blink Aghanims? Just blink into the middle of everybody, right? You use the Torrent Storm, accept your death. Maybe if you can or call in the Ghost Ship and blink on top of it so that you get the buff immediately.
Nice, I like it.
Ghost Ship, and then Torrent Storm, and then just spin in circles.
30 seconds to battle.
I like this bottom lane on the dire side's item choices, by the way. I really like this ring of protection on the Beastmaster, and you get a headdress on the Phoenix, and it just increases their relative max efficient HP. So you have the armor on the Beastmaster, makes him really tanky. Phoenix is just going to help heal him up all the time. I think the Phoenix is the key to this game, though.
Oh, big time. I take back my earlier comments about having nothing to do with the egg, because actually, between the Night Stalker and the Ember Spirit, you've got a lot of gap close there, which is really important for dealing with the egg in the early levels. And then later levels, you've got the Bloodlust, plus the Hunter in the Night. You've got that talent, although it is at 25. But
you don't have the Hunter in the Night, because the egg makes it daytime.
Oh. What does that override?
Yeah.
Dark Ascension? Yeah. Oh.
The egg is the highest priority weather. Or daytime, nighttime cycle.
More so than Lunar ulti?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's some good knowledge right there, my good sir. That's quite impressive, actually.
It just makes the Night Stalker's game really difficult. Like, we saw teams at the Major doing this. They were picking the Phoenix as their counter to the Night Stalker. It didn't work very well a lot of the time. But I've seen it work in the open qualifiers. So.
All right, well, here's the new Lunar Blessing for those of you who have been a little bit slacking on the old patch notes here. So same aura radius as before. Bonus damage of 10%, bonus armor of 10%, and 200 night vision, scaling up to 800, and 25% for the other values at max level.
Oh, Ogre has a headdress as well, actually. Cool.
Pardon?
I didn't realise. It's actually really good for him. He has high armor already anyway.
Yes, yeah. No, there's a casual 11 armor under tower. No big deal. Let's spin it onto the Beastmaster. They're just really getting up in their faces right now and using this Luna's right click damage as best they can. Solarius set on fire, going to force him back for a little bit with the help of the boards as well. I mean, this is going to be a really scary lane. You have to keep good lane control in this one, because if you let it get under tower, things are going to get stacky real fast. You will not be able to run away from these fire spirits, from the Icarus dive, from the balls. There is too much, but Curry comes very far forward for that CS. We'll take some more hits for that. But all in all, it's a very messy time down in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, over at mid, it's Boom versus Tanner. Talk to me, Mofara. What's this matchup like?
It's very skill-based. I feel like every TA matchup is skill-based, but you know what I mean? Because she doesn't have a way of taking off Flame Guard, so if you're the Ember, you just play around Flame Guard. Easier said than done. He's doing a good job of it so far. And especially in these early levels, the Ember should be fine.
Yeah. And up at top as well, they're also just brawling. Every lane is just really getting angry at each other. I feel like they have a lot of pent-up aggression from the last game since it ended so quickly. They're ready for a big fight with buybacks, with right clicks, and spells coming out. And now they're like, yeah, let's just fight each other. Let's just have some fun.
We're just chilling. It's fine.
Precisely.
This bot lane's going really well for the Dire side. They've got the equilibrium to be right near their tower. So they're really enjoying with how it's going at the moment.
Yeah, and some nice positioning up here at top as well with the just splitting apart so that the Crystal Nova can't get that much value. But yeah, it's down at bottom. This is where things get dangerous. You can see Shad, he's just trying to pull the creeps away. Doesn't want to be in the position where he's going to get run down by the Fire Spirits and the Icarus dive when they're off cooldown. It's really scary. The Solari has to be in the position where he can stop them running down his Luna. I mean, look at how far back Shad is playing. I mean, this is just
big thing for the Phoenix to play is when he hits level 3, his hero's so much stronger. Like, it goes from 20 damage per second on the spirits to 40. So, like, all of a sudden, it goes from, like, a 320 damage overall ability at level 1 to 640 at level 2.
Yeah.
If you hit someone with all 4 spirits.
Quite the significant difference. You'll feel that in the lane. So should they be playing this carefully yet? Or do you think they should be, this is what the level 2 when they need to be, like, really kind of worried?
On who?
On Luna. Being
On
so
Luna?
far back, missing a lot of CS here. She's
I don't
9
think
and 3.
I don't think she can win this lane, like, at any point, at any level. So, as time goes on, it's only going to get harder. But even at this point, like, the boars, the Phoenix, like, spirits coming through, there's just, like, a lot of constant DPS.
In the mid lane, Tano dropping a little bit low to the side blades here, but he's alright for
trouble.
the time being. Yeah, down at bottom, that's going to be Shad going down, though. They gang up on him. Meanwhile, Solari also needs to be a little bit careful. The slows, the burns, the poisons, it's all coming out, but he will also survive.
That's what I mean, though. Phoenix hits level 3, and that's it. Like, he's just going for it.
Disruptor being chased up here. Can they slow him down? No, they don't have the Crystal Nova. With the Mango, they'll have the mana for it. They'll slow him down. I think he needs another right click or two. There's high-speed chase here between the supports as they try and run away. Or uphill. Nope. Not going to happen. Aramis drops. Muff grabs himself a cheeky little kill, and they're diving hard once again. Solari in some trouble. Stunners out onto Seni. Seni doesn't care. He keeps on fighting with the Ogre. The attack speed slow, suffering that Ogre Magi. And they're not done. They're still looking towards Shad here. Seni is not leaving these trees. And Curry's right on top of him, just forcing him back. No creeps for you, sir. You see these ranged creeps? Well, you can lose a beam one, and, well, actually, he's going to get the other as well. So maybe they do go to you. But still, we sent a message. Boy, Solari TPing back in on full health and mana. You do have to respect that a little bit. And now the bounce runes come up.
This'll come in handy.
Shenny gets one. Looks like... Ooh, okay. 3 bounce runes go in the way of the Dire. They definitely had control of this bottom lane, but opting not to go for both bounce runes here might be a little bit questionable.
Nightstalk has a Boots and Bracer coming out in the courier, by the way, so when that comes out, he's a lot
Muff,
stronger.
once
Until
again,
then,
getting hit up here, but luckily Digi is there with a nice X-Mark to spot to save
Radiant's
the little
middle
Crystal
tower
Maiden
is
from this
under attack.
horrifying Night Demon.
it's like the opposite of a fairy tale, isn't it?
Indeed. What's the, a horrifying flesh golem? That was Undying's one, right?
I think so, yeah.
That's like, I always remember that description for some reason. Horrifying flesh golem, and then he does that and he just looks a little bit stupid, really. A little
my
bit
boy
deficient.
My boy Undying.
He sucks. I hate him so much. It's not fun to watch. He's not fun to cast. What is he? He's just a mess.
Dire's middle
I think
tower
he's fun to
is under
cast.
attack.
What? Oh, there's zombies everywhere. Everyone's
Yeah.
slowed. Very cool.
It's cool to see a good Undying player.
Okay.
Tanner's making a rotation down to the bot lane, but they saw him coming under the ward, so I don't know what he's trying to get done down here. I guess it makes a bit more space for his Luna while he farms the neutral camp, which is nice. But Disruptor mid lane as well has to be so careful.
Oh, well, he still managed to find a hero inside his chains right now, and Curry's going to be the target, but Muff is TPing in as well. Throws down the 3-man Crystal Nova, and they're looking for the respawn kill onto Shad, and Shad is getting melted. The boars, the fire, everything coming down, and they're actually looking towards Tanner as well. If they can kill the mid lane, that'd be nice, but they look towards Solari instead. A little bit slower, a little bit fatter, a little bit easier to chop him down, and that he will. Solari does drop. That's a little bit of gold going into the pockets of everybody on the side of SworDDarK.
I mean, the problem is, like, this Phoenix is supposed to have his weakest point at this point in the game. like before he hits level 6. And he's going to get to that level 6, level 7 mark a lot quicker than he originally thought now because of all these kills. And he's going to be loving life. Like, this is what I mean about the Radiant lineup. Like, it's too greedy. All 3 of their cores need to come online. Yeah, maybe Ember not quite as much, but he still needs a little bit.
Alright, well, it looks like they're swapping this up. Shad is going to just farm mid in between the jungle. Can do it much more efficiently, but I don't feel like Tanner actually survives this lane, though. I really don't. Like, this is an Ember Spirit. Okay, so he's just TPing top. Alright, well, he's just doing a tour of all the lanes. Tour de lanes right now, and top lane will be the final port of call. Digi in some trouble, going to cause that whale down on himself. The boat it is. Chains are nice, and they're actually getting through his defenses right now. Despite the extra run buff, it is now running out, and Tanner should just be able to finish the job here, and he recognizes he's dead. Tries to go for a CS, doesn't get it. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, they're chasing Shenny. Shenny, though, he's got himself that Icarus dive to get himself out to safety. And old chap will live a little bit longer, and now they can look towards this tower. Chop through. They're going to fortify. They don't have it anyway. Meanwhile, Shad, as expected, just kind of farming up this this hard cam. We'll come back to mid, though, with this haste route on TA. That's probably not all. We have a mango tree.
Where?
TA, just got one, ready to go.
Oh, nice.
Now, the thing is, right, there's been some very heated debates. Some very... Solari TPing on this one. Yeah, Shad as well. Also being run down by the Phoenix, but it's Solari who's the one in trouble under the tower as Muff and Boom tear him down pretty easily, and Shad's going to get dropped as well. Solo kills from Shenny. Jeez, and now a Korea! Oh no, Tanner's Korea. The passive gold is gone. Usage of the Korea restricted.
This game's getting worse and worse for them. They're slowly just losing control. I think if Dire can control both the outposts here, I think this game, it's really difficult to see how the Radiant would come back at that point.
Indeed.
I know it's a bit early to say, but...
They're going to need a little bit more from their defensive capabilities if they're going to weather this storm. And Shad's just leading the charge onto the high ground, but Merc just throwing down the Observer straight away. I hope they have the sentries to get rid of this one, but I don't think they saw the CM, so... Yeah, they did. Or maybe they just knew.
No, the Luna... Oh, on the Phoenix. Poor bird.
Oh dear. Yep, that is a pigeon stoned to death. Exterminated like the vermin he is.
It's so weird seeing raindrops have 6 charges now instead of 5.
So, this is an interesting mango tree. Can you find it? That's my question.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh yeah, just below the bottom shrine.
Yeah.
It gives vision as well, so it's actually pretty good.
It does indeed give vision, yes.
Oh, was it 900? I think it is now. They trade outposts 1 for 1. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's like a very good vision around this area. Also, when you TP to the shrine, you'll be able to pick up some mangoes on the way. All good stuff.
Yeah, always a good
Until the enemy finds it and chops it down. Or Curry accidentally chops it down with wild axes.
Takes all the 8 mangoes that are underneath it.
Oh, it's amusing. Damn mango thieves. There's nothing worse than having a mango stolen than your mango tree chopped down. Nothing worse. And there's a roar coming out onto Tanner straight away. The boat to follow as well. Perfectly combined. Tanner stands no chance. Ember Spirit is finished off. Nice rotation in here from SworDDarK. And, you know, you have to look at where they are on the side of the Radiant. You know, they're up really deep right now. They're expecting someone to come and contest Toby. But now that they do, what's the play? Now they're all coming up to you. Aramis is just going to get left behind. And, well, TP out is coming. Muff's coming over. He doesn't have to... Oh, they get the axe marks, though, from the high ground. Digi, fantastic job. And they'll finish off Aramis with a singular melt.
As well.
Right, no passive gold for him for a while.
I love that the Kunka's building armor here instead of Radiance as well. Just got to keep that up.
Yeah, that's a nice momentum item, and they're trying to run down Curry right now. Oh, the chains. That's not very lucky. Curry running into the pit, trying to juke them out a little bit and just guiding them through the traps as well. Meanwhile, Supernova actually being dropped now. They're looking for the turnaround, perhaps. Solari and Tanner on their way out. Boom also looking to jump in, but it's Night Stalker who's caught on the backlands here, trying to play around with that vision in the Roche pit, and Boom is just trying to use Roche to find some sideblade hits, but it's not quite enough. The fire is there, but I think Toby will just about live. The trap was not charged up, so it's not going to do any damage. And that's going to put an end to this squabble in the river. Nobody actually died, I don't think. Oh, this is...
Luna's just farming.
Yeah, this is good. This is really good. Like, if Shad can find a little bit of space to farm, like, Luna is the fastest farmer in the game in a lot of circumstances. Obviously, depends on a lot of things, but
Oh, nice Ocean Heart as well.
yeah, for a hero that's going to be in the... Oh, Shenny. This is a kill. This is a kill. Shad, I don't think he can... Oh, okay, never mind. Running circles. He's just running in circles. He's going to pop the ultimate. He's going to try and turn it around. Does he have the damage, though? Phoenix flies away and leaves Shad for dead. Poor little Luna gets roasted by the flames of Phoenix's trails. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Aramis gets finished off by Boom, and they're looking towards Roshan. Can they open up this pit? You bet they can. Refraction pop, Desolator in the TA. It's already pretty damn low, and it won't take much to finish it off. Oh, God. Ember Spirit trying to go for the steal, trying to go for something. Now, luckily, they do keep him alive because everybody's just focusing on Roshan. Tanner, he needs to get the steal off if he wants to stand a chance to win this game, but doesn't manage to do it. He does get the kill onto Roshan at the very least, so he does not leave empty-handed. Their coffers are running low, and that will be a very welcome boost. But still, Aegis in the hands of this Templar Assassin is something which they will fear. The Blink Dagger is still a little bit of the way off. I feel like it wouldn't be a horrible idea to maybe just farm up for the Blink real quick. You've got to wait for this raw cooldown anyway. But they might just keep running at them.
Buy raindrops, by the way. You know that Phoenix versus Luna thing in the bot lane? Phoenix raindrops keeps her alive. That's the only reason you won the fight.
Do you like some raindrops?
Against certain heroes, raindrops are just 10 times better. Like Legion, for example, it's really good against as well. Like Luna. Heroes that just want this instant 4 versus 5 and they take you out the fight, right?
Yeah.
Like Kunker as well is another one.
Now, Toby is getting spotted right now. He doesn't have a TP scroll, so he's just going to pop the ultimate, run through the trees, and salve up, and then maybe come back. I mean, I don't know what he wants to do with himself right now. I think he split the creep wave as the best option, right?
Yes, I think you just tried to cut a creep wave. He's actually just taken over the outpost. But, even so, I actually thought Sene was going to drop the egg there to try and stop the Night Stalker being able to run away.
Shad could be in a spot of bother in the middle lane. There's a X marks into boat combo, and with everybody TPing in, they might be able to slow him down, and in comes a Frostbite, and that's going to be a kill. They bring him down easily peasily. Meanwhile, Boom playing around the high ground right now, waiting to see if he can get a double meld on someone, but that's not going to be the case. And now, actually, Aramis coming in from behind. Does he spot him, though? Doesn't look like, or if he did, he's not interested in him. TA will move one way, he moves the other.
This disruptor just... It feels like they've got 2 +5s again in their net worth, like on this Radiant side. Just because they haven't found any openings for this disruptor to play with.
Oh no, they thought they had both outposts, and they will get none of them.
Yeah, Tanner's like there, but he can't get into the outpost in time. Oh dear. I'm going to open the XP graph. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like a side effect of a team 5-manning, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Luna has been trying to like just farm the jungle and whatnot, but even so, they're pointing out that they want to play in this dire top jungle here with the smoke lifter. Nice Stalker's running in, but yeah, they gotta fight.
Oh dear, Beastmaster on the run. They're going to get themselves a kill at last. And TA actually TP's in, so they glimpsed her out. They could look towards the other 2 heroes, and they're pinging it, but they're not going to complete their TPs, it looks like.
Luna has a nether shawl, by the way, which I think you give to somebody like the Disruptor, right?
Yeah. This isn't a Luna item. You need that armor too badly. Like, it's not a horrible idea for the spell damage, and magic resist is nice, but that minus armor just hurts too much when it comes to your core matchups, especially with a TA. She's going to rip her in half, but she doesn't have it in her inventory. It's just in a backpack for now, and I'm sure she'll pass it over when she gets the chance. Meanwhile, the middle 2 tower, it's well, it's looking a bit like dead. It's looking a bit dead. Like a pheasant on hunting day.
Oh, that's a Van Brace.
Nah, that is a nice item, and I think it immediately turned into one.
Yeah. She had double Wraith Band.
Yeah. It's always amusing when you're just like, oh, I picked up a Van Brace, and then someone's like, can I have it? I'm like, no, you cannot. It already turned into whatever I needed, not what you needed.
I think it's the best on Luna on their team anyway. Like she needs
yeah, absolutely. It's always good on ranged heroes, right? Sorry, actually heroes, but Solari is having a very urgent meeting with Death. And he's made it on time, I think. Maybe a little bit early, perhaps.
Oh, this Phoenix is building a Yules. Interesting.
Ooh, Imcraw and Conquer. That's a really fun one.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty
good.
Do
you want some crits on Tidebringer, guaranteed?
Sounds fun. Sounds good to me. So the Yules on Phoenix is really cool because the big worry for the Phoenix this game is if you get Static Storm, right? So Yules is obviously one of the better items at helping you deal with that. Oh, bot lane.
Yeah, he's getting ballsy. It does have an Aegis, but it only saves you once. Don't want to underestimate the team. If you end up accidentally feeding away both lives, then you're going to put your team in a very awkward situation. And they actually give the Imp Claw to TA, another fantastic carrier of this item, given that Meld Strike guaranteed crit is obviously insane. Toby being chased down, he's actually going to pop the Yules on him to try and slow him down a little bit longer. Can they get the vision for the X marks? Doesn't look like they can. And Digi, yeah, he thinks it's in the jungle. That's not right. So the Night Stalker gets away, and now the Aegis actually ended without too much being done, honestly. You know, 18 minutes in with this lineup, you kind of wanted to look at having high ground with this Beastmaster, but didn't happen. But still, they're in a great position. Playing very, very well.
Oh, Ogre. Just getting burned off. I mean, they're just taking away all of Radiant's vision. Look at Radiant don't see anything on the map, right? And then they have traps on the dire side and Hawks on the other side as well. So Radiant are literally just playing this game completely blind. It's really difficult for them to try and, you know, figure out what's happening in this game.
Radiant's top tower
To describe what's happening in Braille, I guess.
Oh dear. That would be very difficult. Oh, Dragon Scale. Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
+5 armor's pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's going to apply on everybody you using the Sleight of Fist on, so...
I think if you're the dire side here, you look to try and smoke up after taking this tier 2 and play towards the bot outpost now. Either each or both. You'll have shoved this top lane in enough that the top one should be fine. But I think they should be looking to control the other one straight away now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Do they have a smoke on any of them? No, they don't. I don't think you can just freely give away these outposts. Like, you have your tier 1 you can TP to here, which they might. Yeah, there's someone... Yeah, they're going for it. Couldn't see it.
Yeah, they want to defend this. They want to keep this XP advantage on their side, and Solari is going to be the unfortunate recipient of that boat tearing apart very quickly, but Tana's going in on this. They're looking for the kill, and with the ultimate on the Disruptor, they might just be able to do it. Solari buying back into this fight as well, but Tana's actually the one taking more damage than the TA, despite being in a Disruptor ulti, and he's going to get picked off. Muff throws down the ultimate, and they're going to back up on the side of Viking, but they really want to try and play around this outpost, but unfortunately, vision doesn't mean much when all it means that you can see your death coming. They do get the XP for it, and a TP away from one is going to keep the Luna and the Night Stalker alive, but they lose Solari for a second time. It's a dieback on him, dead for 60 seconds. It's a bad beat once again. It doesn't really matter how you frame it. Yeah, you get 500 XP for your entire team, but I mean, for what? You gotta look at things logically sometimes.
It was not good, it has to be said. I think when this Kunka gets BKB, I think they can just go on the dire side. Is TA close? Oh, she got it coming out in the courier already. For the TA.
Yeah, she does. That's worrying.
Where is it? Oh, right, there you go. Okay.
You good, buddy? You found it yet?
Yeah, I'm on it. Oh, they used somebody. They found the Luna.
She's got the BKB coming out to her. She has the BKB, and it's going to be popped immediately. And her courier is dead as well. And I think she still might die here if Boom keeps chasing up the high ground, but no, will not do so. An uphill miss as well keeps the Luna nice and healthy. And now they have a glimpse. They're actually bringing... There's no follow-up. They're too scared.
Yeah, just like, try it. I dare you.
Yeah. I'm just going to pop my BKB and murder you.
It is a relatively slow roast respawn as well. So I think the dire side, they're going to be happy with this one.
Yeah.
I actually don't know it yet.
It's a medium one. They're really poking the TA pretty hard right now. They really want this BKB charge out of her, and they'll get it. Tana playing the game. Oh, the all chat lines as well. When you're this far behind, I like the confidence, but of course he is Tana from high school. You know, gotta throw out those taunts when you can. You know, just I've got more Californian. They have like Chad voice.
CM has a blink, so yeah. Good luck with that, guys.
Cool. Blink with Keen Optic as well. That's 75. Look at the range of this blink. She can go anywhere she wants within reason.
Yeah. She can go anywhere she wants. PS, she can't go anywhere she wants.
Anywhere she wants within 1,275 range, and they've got a third Beastmaster here. Yeah, nice little kill.
Get the mangoes!
Oh, get the mangoes and chop down the tree. Send a message.
There's more mangoes.
Come on,
to pick
there's
up,
more
guys.
mangoes. There's plenty more mangoes. There's 3. That's a whole stack. And they didn't chop down the tree. All right, I'm officially hoping Viking lose now.
Tana didn't even have a quelling blade though, so how do they chop the tree down? Look, he's just picking up all the mangoes on Night Stalker. Okay, there you go.
Ah, there we go. He chopped it down. All right, I'm back in the driver's seat. Viking, let's go.
Just
Making
has
the
7
right
mangoes now on Night Stalker. Good, good.
plays. Someone had to. 7 mangoes the enemy team don't have.
Roshan.
Unfortunately, they might be having themselves an Aegis and cheese sometime soon if they don't make their way over here quite quickly. And unfortunately, well, it doesn't matter how quickly you get here now. This Roshan is going the way of SworDDarK. Their first Roshan, which is technically wrecked because the Ember Spirit killed the first. No. Ember Spirit killed the first one. It's their second one. It's their first Roshan. The second one of the game.
Oh, the egg goes off.
I debated you. It did a little bit. The zoning egg. Oh, run! Oh, he makes it out. Cool guys don't look at explosions, but unfortunately Muff jumping straight in. But Muff's taking a lot of damage. He's inside the Disruptor ulti. There'll be a quick pickoff, and Shad coming into the front lines as a BKB pop from the TA to kill off Aramis. It's not a great BKB usage, all things considered. Still has that Aegis though. Meanwhile, they're just beating down Shenny. Then comes a Roar. They're jumping onto the Luna. Luna's losing her health real quick. Can pop the BKB to get away and will not survive as in comes Boom with the Melt Strike hit. Grabs a kill onto Shad. Shad buys back into this one. They need to find a way to defend, but unfortunately they're losing Toby too quickly, too fast. He did drop a gem, but they're not going back for it as in comes Boom. He gets swapped back into it. They're going to lose his first life. Tanner playing on the front lines here. They need to reclaim this gem. They need to keep this fight going somehow. And there's a clumsy net coming out, but the Yules is out in response, and now comes the ultimate from Shad. Coming in the backlines. Could they be making this defense right now? Tanner leading in the front. Boom is going to die. He goes down, but Tanner frozen, eaten alive by Muff. They will defend, but it's really costly as they will lose their Ember Spirit, and everybody else getting back. They call it quits. The high ground attempt was unsuccessful, and that was with an Aegis as well, and all of a sudden, things look possible for Viking. I mean, it's still an uphill battle. It really got to push hard if they want to stand a chance of winning this one. But they defend the high ground. The first step on a very long journey has just been taken.
Well, I think they still lose the fight overall, right? It's they keep the tower alive, but they do take the Aegis. So the big thing about this is that it stops this like.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right? Now you've got time for the Luna to farm. You know, at least a 6-minute respawn on Roshan means that they won't want to come high ground without this Aegis, I don't think, unless they can find a pick-off. But you've got to be really disciplined now on this map. You can't let anybody get picked off who will not be able to buy back and defend.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that if Disruptor dies again now, they have like no team fight, right? Oh, Paladin Sword. Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, well, I think you give it to Luna, right? Yeah, they did. Okay. I struggle to see how Radiant like ever take a fight now still. Like the Disruptor, they're gonna focus the Disruptor first every single fight, right? And they picked up a Hell of the Undying, which I think they probably give to Phoenix. Or CM maybe as okay, CM's taking it. I think Phoenix is always gonna get ult off, that's the problem. So like you don't even need to give her the Helm of the Undying. And there's a Titan Silver.
They're coming in fast. They're going to cut off their method of retreat. They have the TPs. They certainly do. Disruptor's already out of here. The other two, they're thinking about the outposts, but that feels brave. And they're just pushing as hard as they can. Yeah, they need to. If they're going to do it, they need to do it now. The Phoenix is coming in. I mean, she's got no methods of cancelling TPs herself. Oh, she does actually. She's got the Yules. My bad.
Oh no!
Oh no! Run from the laser beam! Don't go towards the beam! Oh, Solari! Why did you wait so long? Don't worry, he's got the Ironwood tree. Here we go.
Oh, enchanted quiver. On Luna.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think you probably still keep the Paladin Sword and Vambrace though. It's
Oh, I don't know. You've got to swap the thing in. Swap
yeah,
the
and then use it. Use it once and then change it out.
What's the cooldown on Quiver? 8 seconds.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I think he's better than Sword.
The Quiver is better than the Sword.
Yeah.
Choosing to get rid of the Vambrace actually.
Dire's bottom tower is under
That
attack.
I don't agree.
I don't agree with that. No. It doesn't give you any stats. That's the thing.
Are they making a play for this outpost spot lane? I think someone from Dire TP's here, right? They're
Probably.
just gonna scare them.
The
Yeah, but I mean, you're forcing them around the map to come and deal with this, though, right?
They are. Doing
Now
a good
look,
job of
Tan's just moving straight up to the top one. You know exactly what he wants to do.
Oh, TA is a Daedalus. Okay, well.
All right, well, she's very critty right now. Imp Claw, Daedalus. It's a lot. Is Tan not taking the other shrine? Oh, I'm disgusted.
Should just drop static in the bot lane to push out the wave. Fair enough.
Fair enough. I mean, that's what they need to do right now. If it's what you need to do, it's what you need to do.
With the extra spell damage, you know, sure. It's just enough. They have a gem on the Disruptor, by the way, because they need to clear out these hawks and traps all the time. It's very, very important. I don't see a way for them back into the game if they don't do that. Like, even work away if they can, it's still really difficult, but they need to get some kind of vision control back away from these hawks and traps.
Big ask. They're not easy to control. There's a lot of hawks. There's a lot of traps. But yeah, I really do. I really enjoyed the gem pickup. Like, I thought it was really good. I forgot to come on at the time. So.
Oh, there's a craggy coat for the Kunkka. You can probably give it to the CM or the Phoenix.
I think
CM's already
Phoenix, right?
I mean, CM's already like rocking all these items.
Yeah, she's pretty baller.
Oh, boat mid lane.
Yeah, they're looking at the Night Stalker right now, and there's the Kunet, and they've got a Roar if they want it as well. Not even going to need it, though. Toby, he's going to get caught out in the mid lane. And that's 90 seconds without Night Stalker. That's a real opportunity to come on high ground right now. It does not have buyback. The timer is still going.
Sick clumsy net from Beastmaster.
Very, very clutch.
And they gave the craggy coat to the Phoenix as well. I really like this. Makes him like really difficult to kill enough. This tower's just melting.
Oh my god, the anti-armor, it's real. And they've still got a BKB to play with as well as Tanner jumping out deep and jumping back again.
All the glyphs.
Yeah, I mean, they've got her out here. She's got a BKB whenever she wants to use it, and immediately does drop it, and the Ogre Magi is going to melt for that one, but does have the buyback. He's going to use it, and now everybody's backing themselves out. But look at that Remnant, jumping in forward, jumping in back. Seeing if he can make anything happen here. Don't give up, shouts Toby from the grave.
Guys, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We've got this. They're just going to take the shrines. Play safe.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Yeah, keep it cool, keep it calm, keep it under control.
Are they trying to just get the outposts? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he do it in time?
Oh,
It's really close. Oh,
no,
no.
didn't make it.
Radiant are scanning.
If anybody else could get over there a little bit quicker, then you know, the more people, the faster it gets done. But no one else made the effort. Just CM. Poor CM being dragged down by a garbage team.
Story of every position 5 everywhere, they say.
Oh, she's going for the shrine. Get it, CM. Help the Undying, by the way, on the Crystal Maiden, which is a very nice hero to have it on. You can just pop freezing field. They can't cancel it. Like, they can't do anything. You just get a free freezing field.
They have so many items. Like, CM's just picked up a BKB as well on top of the blink, and she has like 3 of these like level 1 items or whatever. Oh well. A tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3 actually. Phoenix just has this cracky coat, like. Kunkka has Titan Silver as well as an AC now. It's just impossible to kill.
Man, such a huge deficit for Viking to make up for this one. It's looking like it's heading towards 1-1, but it's been looking like that for the last 10 minutes, and we haven't really seen much more gained. I mean, they're just waiting for Roshan, though. He's going to be up in 2 minutes 45. Goodness me. All right, guys. We might get another tier of items out then.
Yeah. Let's go for the 70 minutes again. Come on.
We were close last time. I feel like we're owed it now. If I get through an entire day of casting and don't get to see any of the tier 5 items, then I'm going to go to bed sad. Yeah, Curry is actually going to get brought down here. The TA's not jumping in to help him out. They did not have the positioning to keep him alive. And Toby's, he wants this right now. They're jumping the gap. They're going to force a BKB right now. That's another charge used down to 6 seconds. And even Digi looking like a tempting option. They jump forward. Heals out.
He did.
No, that's a bug. No, he definitely did use himself. I'm sorry.
Well.
Yeah, he doesn't have a BKB. He doesn't have anything to stop this. Already used the Yules. That's a +1.
They're trying to split the map up and farm because they assume the Radiant are just sitting in their base being scared. So Viking are like, yeah, let's just make a play.
Well, sure, you get the kill onto the Beastmaster, which is forgivable, and then I really don't think that anybody else dying from that is much fault of the Dire. Like, you have an Ags on their Ember Spirit. The catch, combined with the Night Stalker, is absolutely berserk. Like, they can get across the map so quickly, and I think the TA needs to run a different like, obviously, in retrospect, it's really easy to tell this. You would not be able to tell it otherwise, but TA needs to run a different direction so as not to get her teammates killed. She's got a BKB, her teammates do not. If she leads them in that direction, you can end up inadvertently getting your Phoenix dropped because this insane catch, and they don't have the insane runaway as she does.
But I agree, but my point at the same time is they should be playing within the distance of each other.
Right,
so that they
so
can
that
defend
initial
each other
pickoff never
from these.
happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, they're being too greedy. They've just, you know, relaxed a little bit too much. They're not really thinking. And they've just given away 2 kills for nothing, and the Radiant are getting something off the map now. At this point, the Dire aren't gaining on their lead like they were before.
Still though, it's a drop in the ocean, you know, 20k down from about 24k. It's still a 20k gold advantage. That's a lot. That is.
But if you look at the net worth graph in the last few minutes, like, it's actually going in the way of the Radiant. Yeah, not by much, but it's not getting worse. Is the point I'm meaning?
Sure. It's not even plateauing. I know what you're saying. I'll just wait for Roshan. I mean, the XP graph is even more significant.
Yeah, that's don't look at that one. Oh.
Does Diggy go and take the outpost, perhaps? Oh, doesn't care. You know, I'm yet to see any teams going for the full Power Rangers 5-man to the outpost and go from there when they have one. Like in this situation, you know, I feel like that'd be. I don't think it'd be good.
Takes so long.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Rosh is up. Here we go.
Alrighty. Are they gonna come and contest? Oh Jesus! What the heck? Roshan? There's a refresher shard? Oh my god. That was so quick. What was that? Just Solar Crest, double meld, Desolator, crits.
They gave the shard to the Phoenix. I like this. This is good.
Yep.
I'll get the courier.
Radiant's courier has
Easy.
been
I don't know
killed.
why they didn't shield it. I don't know if... Oh, maybe we didn't have it up or something.
I believe you get shield at level.
Oh, that's his
20?
axe on Disruptor.
Oh no! Oh dear. 2 minutes 40 left. Shad actually getting control up on the front lines now. Might be taking a death earlier than you wanted, but the Roar comes out, trying to hold him still, and they will finish the job. Does have buyback, is going to use it. Muff with the BKB on the front lines, holding them back. Tanner can't get into the fight, and Toby's going to get picked off as well. Also has a buyback. They're looking towards the TA, but she's got herself an Aegis. Might not have a BKB, but doesn't really need it. Shad just coming on the front lines, dropping off his ulti right now, trying to bring down the TA, but TA just turning it around, fighting it up, is going to drop, and out comes a Phoenix. That's a really far away egg, but it still kind of puts Aramis in a weird position as he's probably just going to get burst down by Kunkka, and now Solari as well, not going to be lasting very long. Then there comes Tanner trying to bounce around this fight, trying to do what he can, keeping their dreams alive. Shad as well throwing in, oh my god though, Ember Spirit takes a crit, and he gets finished off also, has the buyback, but there's only 2 heroes left. It might be a cause, but that seems like way too little. SworDDarK, they are gonna be taking the middle lane of Barracks, and they're going for the tier 4s. They realize this one's ended, and there comes a bash out onto the Ember Spirit, and they bring him down. Die back, good game, well played, is called. Game number 2 is gonna go the way of SworDDarK, pushing it to a 1-1 in this best of 2. Well,
I mean, this game went exactly how I thought it was. Like, I don't wait to toot my own horn.
yeah, I believe I said that it would be the most likely series to have a 1-1 on. So
No, I mean, like,
you know,
the way the whole game played out was the Radiant draft was really greedy.
Oh,
their
yes,
lanes
yeah.
just suffered really hard, and then Dire just pushed their advantage throughout the whole game, right?
Yep, you're absolutely right. Good draft prediction. Good draft prediction.
I don't like. I think the problem was they were left in a situation in their draft where they had this Night Stalker that wasn't going to have a game because they're playing up against this Phoenix, right? Because he just pops egg, and then Night Stalker doesn't do anything in a team fight.
Yeah.
Which is like what he wants to be playing around. And then they're left with a position where, okay, well, do we want to play the Night Stalker as a carry where it's not going to do anything all game? Or do we want to play the Night Stalker as an offlaner and then have to pick something that can win us the game? But then we have 3 greedy cores that all need farm. And yeah, that courier snipe at the end was massive as well, taking away the Disruptor Ags.
That would have been a completely different fight, because if you can manage to catch out, maybe not Boom because he had the Aegis, but if you catch out Digi before he can get out the BKB, and you just kill him straight off the bat, then you have yourselves a real fight opportunity on your hands. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. Aramis didn't end up getting his Aghanim Scepter, and he does go down in the end, and that means that SworDDarK managed to take a convincing victory in game number 2. It took them 35 minutes, could have been shorter, a little bit of a mistake going high ground once, but it still wasn't enough. Small drops in the ocean against a vast sea of resources they managed to accrue over the first kind of 15 minutes of the game, which never really went anywhere. And whilst, you know, the win probability might have jumped down a little bit, it was always in their favor. And a really nice game from SworDDarK. Just a good strategy, well executed, a little bit off the wall with their carry choices, but definitely worked out well for them, playing high tempo and keeping up the pressure, which is something I said we probably wouldn't see from them, but they did. They played well. They pushed the pressure on. They stayed on the other side of the map, consistently making Viking feel their presence was the aim of the game, and they did that exactly right. So that's going to bring them to a 1-1, getting their first win of the tournament. Unfortunately, Vikings will be left with a 1-1 as well. So, you know, all things going.
I actually think this 1-1 overall doesn't help either team with like trying to qualify.
True,
like I said before,
true.
I think
It's
if
like
either team, if either team wants to qualify, they have to 2-0 this series. Like, and because I don't see them being able to beat the other teams like easily, like in 2-0s and stuff. So I think this was really important for either team, and neither of them are going to get it.
Alrighty then, well that will tie off the second best of 2 of the day. 3 more best of 2s to come. The next one is going to be Wind and Rain versus Team Secret. And that's going to be starting in about 5 minutes time probably. Very quick schedule today. My name is Nomad Farah. I hope you're enjoying the cast. If you're doing, throw us a follow on Twitter, and we'll be back very shortly for the next game.